Hey, what is going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video. Thank you for being here again. Now, in this class, I wanted to share again, and I'm trying to emphasize something here that I still see that people is struggling with this, and it's very simple, guys. If you don't know how to mark up your structure, let's say you are on an uptrend, right? This is just a raw drawing. If you're on an uptrend or on a downtrend, if you don't know exactly how to mark it up, and by that I mean how to mark up correctly a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. If you don't know exactly how to mark it up, you can get confused by the time the market is. Let's say you are not a smart money trader. I'm not talking about just smart money trading. I'm talking about retail trading or trading in overall, right? Because normally we understand that a trend would be something like that, right? So we normally draw our trend, and you see multiple touches in an invisible area, right? We marked it up, something like that. And if you don't know exactly how to mark it up, many people will say this is, or it's already like that. Let's say this is a higher high. Just gonna put it this way: higher high, higher high, higher high. Jesus, higher high and higher high, right? Now this is a higher low, right? Put the higher low there, higher low here, higher low here, and here, right? Technically, it's correct, right? Take like at least how we're seeing it right now. This is how it looks, but it has a lot more into it, and this is like a little secret that I'm going to tell you, and that you don't see this. Many people actually mentioning this, but I will show you once I jump in on the charts. But let's just, for this example, let's just pretend we're seeing a break right here, right? Normally, when we see a breakout of that line right there, everybody's thinking, yes, this is finally reversing now. The market broke right there. So many traders will enter right there, will put the stop loss here, take profit here, right? Something like that. Or they will go small. They will go maybe a 1 to 2, 1 to 3, whatever, right? But they are actually, or either waiting for the retest, even worse, right? People were actually waiting for the retest, and they look for maybe some sort of trigger right there to jump in on the sell, right? And they just wait for the retest, and they just enter right there, right? You are in danger right here. Either if you're an aggressive trader or a conservative, right, which is normally waiting for the retest, right? You're a breakout trader or a retest trader, you're still in danger, right? Why? You have to focus on the confirmation of the higher, like in this case, right? This is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? So far, what we understand is that this looks like, okay, it's breaking the invisible line, but it's not breaking the actual trend. I hope you understand what I mean. The market has to actually break this low to perhaps consider going for the sell. Okay? In smart money trading, this is called change of character right there, right? This is the confirmation that says, oh, okay, now the market may pull back to retest and then go down. You know what I mean? So this concept, this change of character right here, this is very important, and many people fails into this. Like if you are, let's say, as I mentioned, you are not, you don't have to be a smart money trader, you're just a retail trader, but you have to understand that the market is changing the direction, but after the breaking the confirmed higher low, the market is breaking your invisible line that you just draw right there, but this means nothing. Like this little trend line right there, that's why some retail traders or even smart money traders, they don't draw lines, because they don't focus on the line. If you focus just on the line now, understanding everything clear now, right? If you just focus on the line, you're going to get confused, because not just because the market is breaking the line doesn't mean that it's actually breaking the trend line. You know what I mean? That is actually going to the downside now. This is what you want. This is what you want to see. You want to see a change of character. You want to see the price breaking that confirmed higher low. And by confirmed higher low, I will explain you now on the chart. Let's jump in on the charts. All right, right here. Now that we are on a particular chart right here, I'm going to show you just an example. Right. Okay. So let's just pretend that this is our lowest point. Okay. And okay, market basically took that low. Basically, it did a little inducement, or let's say this was our. You know what? If you're a retail trader, yeah, don't. I'm not gonna call this inducement. The market just broke that first to the downside, right? And then decided all of a sudden to start breaking up, back up. Okay, as a smart money trader, this would be considered a change of character. This is the last boss to the downside, and then a change of character, right? But we're just gonna be paying attention to the structure. Okay, but if this is very important because retail traders, they don't see this, or they don't actually mark up the trend line correctly. Okay, they think there's still maybe that there is a break of the trend line happening, but in fact it's not happening. And let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to show you, because I think I will have to do it. Yeah, I will have to do it this way because it's gonna be the best way at the moment. So we do have, let's see what the market did here. um Price broke. Let me see where was the actual. Okay, so this is an inducement right here. We have an inducement. Price breaks to the downside. Okay, yeah. Price took this high right there. Induce. That confirms. Yeah, this is my confirmation of my boss. It's a break of a structure right there, and this would be my change of character. I'll show you now as a smart money trader because I have to, and it all makes sense in a moment. So when you have a push like that, right? We have a big push. Right, that push, single push, breaks this high. Okay, confirms that this is my change of direction. Right, so it starts doing a little correction, another push, little correction, another push. Is this a break of a structure? Many people will say that this is a higher high, another higher high, another higher high. Right, they will mark it up that way. If you're a retail trader, every time the price created a new high, they will mark it up as a higher high. Now, you know what I mean. So in reality, those are not higher highs. So far, we have to wait for the market to do the actual inducement, right? Boom, it goes down, induces first to the downside. That means that once the first higher low is taken down to the downside, it confirms that this is now my higher high. Now, this is not my higher low yet until it breaks to the upside. Once it breaks that structure, this confirms that this is my higher low. Okay? Again, price pushes up, strong push, right? Breaks this high, that confirms my boss. Now, price pulls back, pushes up, creates another high right there. People will say, retail traders will say that's another high. After this higher high, you have another higher high here, and price do a little correction, and then pushes up again with the little weeks right there. That's another higher high for them, right? They will be saying that's another high. And price pulls back again, little correction, and then this is a higher low for them, right? But in reality, it's not. It's not a confirmed higher low. So far, we have to wait for the market to take some inducement. At least after that break right there, aggressive to the downside, it's taking this inducement at least, right? But it took all this inducement, right? But it's inducing at least first to the downside. That means that after that drop, boom, that confirms that this is my confirmed higher high, right? Now, what do I have to wait for the market to do for this to be confirmed, my confirmed higher low? I have to wait for the price to break. Did it break? Yes, it did break, right? So now this is my boss right there, and this is my confirmed higher low. You see what I mean? You see how I'm marking them up. This is not a higher low. 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 The same with the highs right here. This is not a higher high. This is not a higher high. This is not a higher high. A confirmed. You have to wait for the confirmed higher high. Confirmed higher high right here. Confirmed higher low. Confirmed higher high. Confirmed higher low. And so on, right? So what traders would do, retail traders, after they see this trend, okay, yeah, it's a clear trend, right? Let's pretend we're watching this trend this way. right here. They actually draw a line, something like that, right? And they are on their big uptrend, right? They're actually on that trend. Beautiful, right? So every time the market maybe gets close, they will be buying. Maybe right here they would also buy right here on with this engulfing candle, right? Which is not bad. Sometimes more often than not, you can actually get positive things in there. But let me mark them up now. So this is my low, confirmed lowest point after the price breaks, right? Price broke this high. This is my boss. I'm sorry, change of character. So price does little correction, pushes up, little correction, pushes up, and induces. After the inducement, this is my higher high confirmed. Okay. So price induces, right? Take this low right there, then pushes up and break this high. That means that after breaking that high, this is my confirmed higher low, right? So price pushes up, pulls back, another push up, breaking that high right there, barely, right? But this is not a higher high yet. This is not a higher high yet. It's not. It's not a confirmed. You have to wait, patiently wait for the market to show you. So what the market does here after finally creating that high right there, it does boom, goes down, induces, right? It's inducing, taking this basically liquidity. It's basically taking liquidity, gaining fuel or getting fuel from that liquidity before actually pushing up. So after that inducement, this is my confirmed higher high, right? And then the price after that drop, the price now starts pushing up again. It breaks that high. That confirms that this right here is my higher low, right? So far we have a movement like this: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Let's see what it's going to continue doing in here, okay? Because this is where it gets tricky. So price broke right there, right? Look at this little push right there, minor correction, right? And we got another push, a correction. It's not inducing anything right here at the moment. Then price pushes up again, takes that high. Let me see what it starts doing. Right here, when you see the break, you are like, oh, okay. As a retail trader, they are saying, yeah, it broke the trend line. You're not if they're not paying attention to the actual structure, right? It broke the trend line, so I'm gonna go on a sell like right there. Maybe I will put my stop here or here or here, right? I'm gonna go my take profit somewhere here. Depends where they're aiming to take profit. But next thing you know, because you're considering or you're thinking that's definitely a breakout, right? Look what actually happens. The market is still on an uptrend, and all of a sudden actually starts boom going up. Then they're gonna be, but just this is bullshit. Then trend trading is full of shit, you know, because if it showed a breakout of this little trend, then why didn't go down? No, it's just that you drew it incorrectly, right? So I'm realizing also that when you just draw a trend line, this actual lines means literally nothing if you don't know how to mark the structure up. So key word right here is don't mark trend lines. I know it sounds ridiculous right now, but what is most important is structure, marking the structure up, right? You see what happened. In order for the change of character happen right here, for you to go on a sale, the market would have had to break this low, right? And never did. Did you see some sort of break to the downside? No, the market never did. If anything, the market just mitigated some sort of order block right here, most likely on 50-minute time frame or somewhere, like it did here in the first place, right? But market is just doing a little correction, then getting prepared to just continue buying. And right there, guess what? You do have now a big boss to the upside, right? A nice break of the structure to the upside. So literally, where is our so far? Look at this, like, because I really want to show you this. So price creates that high, pulls back. So far, let me clean this, and here. So, all right, after the price pushes up, right, big push, little correction, another push, and then drop. So induces. The price at least does It does induce right there. So it's confirming, right, that this is our high, right? Then price dips. So far, this might look like a higher low. Is not a confirmed higher low yet until what? Until it breaks that high. Once it breaks, you can mark it up. So far, what you have? What do you have so far? You have the structure. You have a push, pullback, push, pullback, push, pullback, and now potential push, right? So that's the structure. The structure is still bullish. You just because you just draw the trend line this way, right there, you were just joining those 2 points, and you saw an aggressive sale. Doesn't mean it's a break of the trend line. Like literally, the trend line is still valid. You are still inside the actual trend line. It just broke your invisible lines. So in theory, it means these lines don't mean shit, right? So let me see if I can give you actually another example. So I'm sure you are right now like, wow, right? I know because many people don't actually mention this. If you're a trend trading or trend trading breakout trader somehow, like I was, uh, I'm sure you're going to understand a lot better structure now, and you may not actually be using those lines too much as long as you actually mark up the structure. I do have a couple of videos, right, explaining on how to mark them up, right? I'm gonna leave the actual playlist somewhere on the top right here so you can watch it. I highly recommend. You can also request if you want to see more about this. You can request it. By the way, before we jump into the next example, if you're up to this point, guys, I would love for you guys if you can give me a big thumbs up if you find this content helpful, and just give me show some love right there. That's literally all I'm asking. And if you are actually new on the channel, please subscribe, and you'll find a lot of helpful content into this thing. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the next example. All right, in this other example on GBP USD, I just draw another raw line right here. Basically, if I was still a trend trader, a trend breakout trader, that's the way how I would draw it. There's a lot of rejection right here, rejection right here, rejection right here, rejection right here. It's kind of like getting a channel, by the way. Like you can actually clone it and maybe paste it at the bottom, like somewhere there. It's a nice channel, right? So it also kind of looking like a reversal, right? It's looking like a reversal flag. So this somehow it's a nice downtrend. It's a nice downtrend. Now let's mark up the structure beside just placing this thing as the trend line. Okay, I'm gonna show you also here that if you were focusing just on the trend line, let's say right here, you're watching just the trend and you are like, okay, we're still within the trend and market is still going to the downside. And then we have something like this. We start actually showing that boom, you see, they got the break of that instruction, and then all of a sudden it starts going down. Like, what is going on? Why? This is a big fake out that is happening right here, right? So if you are a retail trader, you're gonna be like, damn it, this is a freaking bad break and manipulation. Oh, now it broke again. So you're gonna be, yeah, okay, I see what's going on. I see what is going on. This is actually a manipulation right there. So I'm gonna get in again here. So you go there again, right? And you buy one more time. You guys stopped out once here, and you buy one more time aggressively there. You wait for the retest, whatever. But let's say you buy one more time, and you're looking to, I don't know, those highs in there, and boom, you get stopped at again, and this shit does not seems to be going up, and instead just continues actually going down. So you see what is going on, what is actually happening in this area, what is going on, why is the market pretending to go up when it's actually going down? And by that, just simply do this to understand what is going on. Whenever you are confused and you don't know why the trend, it's not like the market is not respecting the trend, you will see what I mean in a second. So again, let's go ahead and try to mark up the structure. So we have this big drop right there. right? Price does a little correction and then drops again. The price breaks this low. This is not a boss. This is just an inducement. This is called inducement right there. The market did not take any liquidity to the upside before breaking the structure to the downside. So it's just an inducement, right? After that, we have this low created, right? That low right there created, look what the market does. After creating that low, the price pushes up and boom, it's taking that liquidity to the upside. So it's doing another trap, another inducement to the upside, takes liquidity, drop. So that confirms that this is my boss. Okay. But what I'm doing, I'm going to mark up the structure this way first, and then I'm going to put the confirm, like the confirm lower low and lower high and all that stuff. So this is my confirmed boss right there, right? Created this low. So after it created that low right here with this move, the price pushed up, drop again, pushed up again. Do you see that taking any inducement? No, because this wick is very high. It's not inducing. For the market, in this case, this you would say that this is a boss. It's not a boss. This is not a boss. Why? Because the market would have to go all the way to the top to induce in there. Like the market would have to do this, boom, induce, and then if it breaks, aha, this is my boss. But because the market did not do any of that, the market just stayed within the zone and broke to the downside. This is there is no break of a structure, confirmed break of a structure. This is, I mean, it's breaking definitely that low, but it's not a boss. It's not a break of a structure, a confirmed break of a structure. I hope it makes sense. So after that, it created this low, right? Market created that low. Look from this move. Very important to understand. So market comes from this move right here. It does a push, pull back, and push, right? Breaking that. Look what the market did. The market did induce, it did take liquidity. So that means that after taking that liquidity right there, and if it breaks now to the downside, is what? Is my confirmed boss, right? Now, what happened after that? Market went really deep right there, right? That's my lowest point so far. So I'm going to start marking this thing up so you can see a lot clearer now. So at this point, we have a low, price does a little correction, it breaks, right? And after it breaks right here and induces, take liquidity up, that confirms this is my lowest point now. This is definitely my confirmed lower low, right? Boom, price took that liquidity. Now, for this to be confirmed, to be my confirmed lower high, what do we have to wait for? The break of the structure to the downside, right? Once that break happens to the downside, I have my confirmed lower high then, right? Now, price after that drop right there, price tried to push up, start inducing. I'm sorry, it starts moving sideways and it breaks to the downside. So after that break to the downside right here, you see that the market is not, after this low pushing up, the market is not inducing anything. It breaks to the downside, right there. So this is not, because it's not inducing anything, this is not a confirmed lower low. Okay, let's see what happens with this low. After the price break, it create another low. It's definitely like by eye, it's lower than this one, yes. But let's see if it's a confirmed lower low, right? It's a confirmed lower low after the price induces or takes liquidity before, right? Before it drops. So that after takes liquidity to the upside, that confirms that this is my lower low. This is my confirmed lower low, right? After that, what the price do? Drops after inducing, right, to the upside, price drops. After breaking, guess what? This is now my confirmed lower high. This is not a 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 lower high. Many people will mark this lower high, lower high. This is a lower high, another lower high here, another lower high. No, right? There is not so many such a, there's not such a lower highs in this area, right? This is why you're so confused at this point, guys. Right? So So far, let's see. The market is creating that low right there, but let's see. Market did induce, at least took that high out. Okay. After taking the high, it confirms that this is my lowest point. Okay, my lower low. So it did induce right there. But you see what's happening? The price is trying to break the trend, right? The draw, the little drawing you had there, it's trying to break it. And as a matter of fact, the candles they did close, but guess what? There is no change of direction. The market is not ready to move up yet. The market is not buying, is not pushing up because you see we're still below. It means that the market could potentially just continue selling because we're still below this thing. Not just because it's breaking the trend, it means that it's gonna move up. No, we will have to wait for the boss, for the change of character to happen, which is that last high. So what does the market do instead? Boom, price simply break to the downside because it already induced right here. This is my confirmed boss, right? And this is all a bunch of noise right there. It's all noise. Change of character would happen where? Look at where it happened, very far away, right? But after the market, of course, after this drop, let's see what is going on here, what is actually happening here to see if it changed. Because at this point, created this low. Okay, let me mark it up. It created this low. I think I'm gonna have to clinch something there, but created that low, then price that drop from here. Let's see, did it induce? Oh, it did induce. Aha. So it did. That means that this is a boss now, and now my change of character is not right there. Let me see. Let me mark it up. This is my confirmed low. And from this point, this is my lowest point, highest point. I'm sorry, my lower high is right there, my confirmed lower high. Why? Because it's breaking now to the downside that is structure. This is not a boss either. So far as I can see, that's an inducement. So that means that my change of character would now happen somewhere here. And did it happen? It did happen, and it looks like the market wants to go up now. You see what I mean? So this little drawing that you did here, then now makes sense, right? Now let me mark up the structure, right? Price is dropping from there, drop it. So lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I'm sorry. I see what it's happening. Right, I forgot to put this one here. I'm sorry, made a mistake. So from this high, I forgot to mark this lower high. I'm sorry. Lower high, lower low, lower high, and I forgot to mark this one in here. After the price broke, this is my lowest point. So I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Here we have it. All right, right there. So we're coming from here. So lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. You see, it's not breaking this high, right? After that, it broke the low right there, and a lower high, lower low, change of character. I have a change of character, last boss, right? And now potentially it's going to pull back. This is a huge push right there. So most likely we'll see if the market will come back, I don't know, eventually somewhere here to mitigate an order block right here. I don't know. Something could happen. Maybe on a daily time frame. I don't know. Something could happen here. Market could boom and then push. But it's showing you the change of direction now. It happened here. But you see why it's so important, guys, to learn how to mark the structure up, because if you just draw a trend line but you don't understand how to mark the structure up, it's all messed up. So you have to, this is why when they say price action is king, and it's actually what it is. Price action is king. Marking the structure is so important. If you don't know how to mark it up, if you don't back test, if you don't see this thing clear, understanding, watch this video several times if it's necessary, guys. I do, as I mentioned, have um, a playlist especially based on this and based on smart money concepts. And if you just want to pay attention just to mark up the structure, I mean, this is definitely going to help you. Believe me. If you just draw a trend line, just an invisible line, just a line that you think it is right there, it's not. It's not like you should not be basing your setups or your analysis only on the trend line. You have to understand where is that confirmed higher high, or lower high in this case, lower low. It's very important, right? In order to start making decisions. If you are on a downtrend and you think the market is switching now from, going from the downtrend to the uptrend. So you see how messy the markets can be, all this noise, freaking noise right there, right? But you see how I'm marking it up. It looks very ugly, right? It looks ugly in comparison to, all these examples they always teach us, right? Whenever, even if you purchase a course, they explain something like this, right? But in reality, things are a lot messed up. You will find that there is a lot more noise in between this push right there. You're gonna find the market is just going like this, and you have all this freaking noise, right? So understanding internal and external structure, it's important, guys, because okay, you know that this is my lower, my confirmed higher low, my confirmed higher low, another confirmed higher low, and so on, right? Sometimes if the market is pushing up like this, it has to induce first, right? To then this be my boss. This is not a boss right here. This is an inducement, right? Because the market is just pulling back. You see, it's not inducing anything. If there was a little correction here and then push, the market induced right there, okay, then this would be my boss. But if there's nothing, there is just a straight line up and a pullback and then break, this is not a boss. It's an inducement. So the market always have to take liquidity. This is like, just think about this, is fuel that the market is taking, right? The market has to take fuel, right? After taking liquidity right here, wiping these lows out, right? Takes liquidity and woof, okay, we're ready to skyrocket. The same is for the downside. So if the market is just simply doing this, let's see something like this, takes liquidity and drops, right? Something like this. Let's see, and this. You see, market is inducing before actually goes up and actually breaks that. So this is a boss. This is definitely a break of a structure right here. But oh no, 1 second, 1 second. I did it wrong. I was confused when I messed it up when I'm sideways. Let me just do this and just invert the scale. Yeah, here we go. So technically something like this. So on one single leg, you have a push, little correction, push, the market induces before it drops. So it has to take liquidity, right? The market has to make money right there. That's how they make money. And if the trend is still to the downside, right? After taking liquidity or gaining all that fuel from there, boom, they are ready to continue now to the downside. So I hope it makes sense, guys. If you have, again, some questions, doubts, concerns, please let me know in the comment section below. If you want to follow me on my free Telegram group, the link is in the description. If you want to go visit my website, teamprofitsenglish.com, you'll find out that I'm actually offering a bundle, and that bundle comes with my course, mentorship, and VIP signal group for life. Okay, it's only a one-time payment, guys. One-time payment, and you're part of the team forever. There's a 35% discount. Don't miss out. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys.